everyone. I'm Ankita Vasudev, career and transition coach from Chambadi. Welcome you to the very first episode of Expert Interview with the leaders from different industries. Today we have with us Khushiram Kadian, who is very talented, very enthusiastic, e-commerce specialist, founder of Globlam.com, a marketplace for cross-border e-commerce products, have experience of 13 plus years in eBay, IndiaMart, Trade India, and many more. Got 6 promotions in a span of 7 years in eBay, left as an associate category manager, supported by a beautiful wife and 2 lovely children. So, welcome, Khushiram.
Thanks, Ankita. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much. So, tell us about yourself. Where did you grow up, and did that affect who you become today?
I'm from a very small village in Sonipat, Haryana, which is nearby to Morthal. Most of the people know about Morthal. It's a very happening place for eat out or weekends. So my schoolings were there only from the village itself. Then I did my graduation from CRA College, Sonipat. Then I worked a year with Dainik Bhaskar as an accountant, and then I came back to Delhi to do my master's MBA in finance and marketing. And the rest is the history. I worked a couple of companies like IndiaMart, Trade India, eBay. Most of my spam was with eBay only, where I started my career with as a business development executive, then account manager, key merchant manager, then regional manager, and then lastly I was at associate category manager, where I was handling a portfolio of more than 350 crores for
Great,
cross-border domain only. So
great,
yeah, this
great.
is
An amazing experience and whole lot of things. So it'll be a lovely interaction, knowing you personally and of course your professional experience. So tell
yes.
us more about your new venture. What is it?
So while I was working with eBay, I used to take care of all the merchants from India who wants to actually export their products across globe. The problem lies is like there are manufacturers who are producing their products at their bare minimum capacity. They have capacity of 1,000 products a day, but because of the lack of order, they are doing it's like 300, 400 units a day. So there is a gap, and the gap is because they don't know how to cater the larger target audience. Where to they are targeting Indian audience only, but there is a whole world left where they can target these people. Now, while I'm working with eBay, I understood that it's a huge market. There
Yes.
are buyers across the globe who are looking for these kind of products which are manufactured in India, but due to unawareness of you can say unavailability of these products online, they are not able to buy those.
Yeah.
Where when I was part of eBay, I tried to get in touch with all these manufacturers, onboarding them on marketplace and help them go to their market. I understood that okay, US people are buying these products from China because Indian merchants are not having their presence online. And that's where I identified this opportunity. Just to give some headshots, Alibaba is doing approx $1 trillion exports yearly
Amazing.
on yearly basis. India's total export is like $650 billion yearly, with all these 6 crore manufacturer, trader, exporter, and artisans all together, including service sector also. So you can understand the potential of this market. But
Yeah.
since we don't have that kind of a marketplace or platform which can help these merchants go global, showcase their products, this opportunities lies still vacant there, and other countries are grabbing that opportunity. So that's where I understood the gap, and I left the company and started working on this. uh, from that time onwards, I'm getting in touch with all these merchants, onboarding them, helping them with their KYC, listing their product, and finding them new buyers. One more thing is like we are only doing cross border because domestically there are a lot of marketplaces who are helping
Yeah.
these merchants get the new orders, but internationally we don't have any such kind of marketplace. It's a this ecosystem is at a nascent stage, very. So we are slowly, gradually getting on our pace in this domain.
Great. So wishing you all the very best. So I understand it's a global marketplace which you are trying to create.
Right.
And so amazing idea. And so again, wishing you best of luck. So I understand that it's been 13 plus years you've been working as an employee, and now seeing that gap, and wanting to fulfilling that bridge,
You're
so
not
making
audible,
that
Ankita.
bridge. Yeah.
आपका वॉइस चला गया था बीच में.
Okay. So I completely understand, you being, working for so many years, and now, started off with this new journey as an entrepreneur, right? So seeing that gap and wanting to build that bridge, right? So how is the journey of transitioning from an employee to an entrepreneur?
Frankly, it's a very hard journey, because being you need to consider two aspects. Being an employee, you're getting a fixed salary every month. Your expenditures are sorted. You know what you need to do. Your future is secure. You know the path. How will you grow? If you want to, invest something, whether it is in house or car, you have that budget in your mind, and you can do that. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, you're not earning anything at, the stage. So you need a lot of courage to start any venture where you know that in next maybe 1, 2, or 3 years you'll not be earning anything. You'll be struggling in financially, you'll be struggling mentally, and maybe emotionally also, because you always look backwards and see that your future was secure, you are earning a lot of money, and now you have wasted a lot. Till the time you're not getting something succeeded at a level, you always think, in the in your back of the mind, you always think about your back stories, like, okay, I was earning well, I was living lavish life, I was in MNC, all the culture was good, everything was good. But when you became an entrepreneur and you start facing these issues, which I'm facing right now also, financially I'm struggling, emotionally most of the time I'm emotionally I'm struggling a lot. And then you start getting people ignoring you. When you are in corporate, it's a give and take situation. Your family is helping you emotionally because you're helping them with funds. Your friends are helping you in your career because they are also looking back, something from you also, that you will also help them in a manner. Your boss is appreciating your efforts because that's how he will grow in his company because of your efforts. But when you become an entrepreneur, you don't have anything to offer them.
Yeah.
So the story, this is the second part of the flip the coin. This is the second part of the coin. You are not offering anything to your family. You are not offering anything to your friends or previous colleagues. You are not offering anything to your ex bosses. So you're not getting any support,
Yeah.
and that's where you feel like, okay, I used to have so many friends, and now I'm alone. And one of the top founders someday said, the entrepreneurship is a very lonely journey. You have to go alone, you have to uh, cross all the barriers or the issues in between. You have to bear all these things yourself. So yeah, previous jobs, if somebody wants to be an entrepreneur and he can't bear, or he is not willing to take that risk, or he's not so much courageous, I wouldn't ask them to go for this journey, because it's very hard. Only a handful of people can succeed in this journey. uh, I'm not sure. I mean, I am in that group or not, but I'm still struggling. So this is the overall difference which I face in both the roles.
No, I think you have already joined that league, and
Yes,
we all are so proud of you. And
thank
also,
you.
you have very rightly said that being an employee, you have that comfort zone, that at least
Right,
at the end of the every month you are your bank is full of some credits, right, some amount. But here you have to struggle, you have to every day you have to dig your own well, right?
right,
So definitely it's a hardship journey. And I think many people, young talent, you say anybody, they start off with this journey, but eventually it's only hardly like 5% of the people who just move ahead and rest. I think they just dump that plan and everything in between, right?
Right.
Don't
And
want to
it's
go
like
to the finish
uh,
line.
to overcome this entrepreneurship, vision or mindset. It's very hard because once an entrepreneur, always an entrepreneur.
Yes, yes.
You can't do normal jobs after
Yeah.
if you got let's suppose you got failed. When you go to the market again, you don't look that job at as just like a job.
Yeah.
So when you are looking after a lot of things at one go, and now you are being asked to take care of just one category or one particular department, you don't feel comfortable.
Yes.
And that's the mindset which every professional face when they have to leave their particular domain and went back to their
Yes.
jobs.
Yes.
And I'm still
So,
facing these things in my daily life.
yeah, understood. And I think very well said and articulated. So, what makes you passionate and just gets you motivated every day?
uh See, one, I'll give you the background. Just I told you, I'm from a very small village in Haryana. So I started working as a age of 14, I guess 14 or 15. That time I used to get 10 rupees an hour, and that was one of the job where I used to write some. I used to teach some people and write their notes. After that, I started working in the fields where I was getting 30 rupees a day as a labor, hardcore labor. I worked in every field of the labor. You can say I build. I worked in construction industry, you know, uh, agriculture lands, then building, building cleaning services and everything. So there, I understood how this money can be made, and how you fulfill your basic needs. Because I'm from a very lower middle class family. There I started working with other companies, then reaching to MBA, then working with top MNCs, and now starting my journey. I always look forward. And because I look forward, I always feel courageous that, okay, I have done so many things. I reached at that level. Now it's time to take another risk and do something better than what I was doing previously. So in that way, you get two things. One, you get to learn a lot of things. You get a great connection. You get a lot of people around you which are like mind. You learn a lot from these people. Then you got the with that earning is also there. That's the byproduct of your experience and knowledge. And yeah, I guess
Great.
that's it is because learning is something which I always work for. In eBay also, I resigned two times. I offer my resignation when I was struggling to learn a new thing in eBay. So after working 2+ years in a same role, I offered my resignation that I can't work because I'm not learning anything new.
Yeah.
And
So I
they appreciated
understand,
my
Khushiram. So, so basically, learning is the hunger which you have, and that
yes,
keeps you motivated, and that drives you, towards your end goal, towards your dream, right?
right.
So for the young budding professionals, for the students, so what qualification and experience is required to get into this field? I understand this field is very budding and it's a boom now. It has a future, right? So, what qualification experience is required to get into this field?
So there is no qualification or experience required for this field. Experience is something which you earn while working in this field. I'll give you the bifurcation of this industry. So there is a marketplace where a lot of merchants are working. There are founders who are building this marketplace. There is a team who is working to build this marketplace, run this marketplace. If you want to work with these work in this domain, uh, you need to have certain qualification or certain experience. If you want to work in product or website development, you should have certain experience. You know that you
Yeah.
should be either MCA or engineers. Now, when you are into other domains like categories, you should have that particular domain expertise. I'll give you an example. I used to manage business in an industrial category. I used to work for India Mart, where I was meeting all these manufacturer, trade, exporter, and artisans, where I learned these product categories. So that experience was there. Uh, there are certain requirements of these companies that okay, you should be graduate or postgraduate or MBA. So that's the one part. Now, uh, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to sell your products. For that, again, you should have that expertise of knowledge of that particular product which you are trying to sell. If you're selling clothing, you should understand the domain. What is the thread count? What is the material? What is the quality of the product? What brand it is? What is the sustainability? How to wash it? So till the time you'll not be able to provide all the details about your product to the customers, they'll not buy these products. And based on your experience and expertise which you are providing to these buyers, they'll come back. So that's how this journey begins. Once you sell, they come back, they will buy it again. Your entrepreneurship journey, your business started booming. If you're not able to provide them good product details or the quality products, they'll not buy you. Your journey ends there. Now that's the second part of the layer. Once in the marketplace, another is the merchants who are selling. Now third part is like there are people who are either students or less educated. They can work with these merchants also. They can do their packaging, they can do their listing, they can do their communication part of the with buyers. They can do all the communication between marketplace and merchants account. So there are so many types of jobs which are available in this market. E-commerce is like anything you are buying online is e-commerce, whether it is tickets, whether it is some products or services. And if you get into the details, you'll see that everything is e-commerce at this point of time. You're buying everything online. While at the time of COVID, groceries, clothing, food, medicine, and everything was bought online. So that's the base of e-commerce. You buy that product, logistic company deliver that product, you process your payments through fintech. This is a whole ecosystem through which you process this e-commerce. So there are different layers of it. And if you want to work with marketplace, you can do that. If you want to work as an entrepreneur, you want to sell their products, you need to grab that knowledge, you can do that. If you don't have both of the qualities and you are still having issues with your time, you can work part-time with these merchants where you can do their odd jobs and learn about more on this particular domain and start earning 100 to 200 rupees per hour. Based on that, you'll learn, you will earn, and in later stage you can start your own business.
Yeah. So basically, so if any student is looking towards getting into the field of e-commerce and not starting a journey or not becoming an entrepreneur, but then working maybe in an MNC the way you worked, so getting into this e-commerce, so basically, but so does he need to do any masters in certain specialization, and after that, how to bridge that journey and getting into the space of e-commerce?
See, and as I told you, if you want to work with some marketplace, you should have certain qualification. It may be graduation or post graduation, but if you are a student, you said you are a student.
Yeah.
So student doesn't have much time to work because they have to study, they have tuitions, they have certain other activities which they are learning or spending time on. With them, with that, they must be having 1 or 2 hour or 3 hours spare on daily basis. So in this time, what they can do, they can find out some of the merchants who are doing online retailing, and they can work for these people. They are always looking for people who can work for these merchants. They can pay handsomely if they are working good, if they are grabbing the knowledge uh, on the pace they were the merchants are giving to them. And once your schooling is done, you can start the similar kind of business on your own, because at that point of time you'll have a lot of time to grow your business. So
Yes. Yes.
work with these people, earn some money, learn a lot, as much as you want. And once you are free, once you have time, start the similar business. I'm not saying in the same particular product domain, but in different product domain also. There are more than 86,000 different product categories available in India which are getting sold on online. You could choose one and you can be, expert in that and start doing business.
Right. So 86,000 is a huge number.
It's a huge number,
And
right?
yes. So what are the common things people struggle in this field and how to overcome that?
See, just I told you, lack of knowledge is something where people always struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's suppose you're a seller, you're a merchant, you're selling something, but you don't know the specs of specification of this product. You don't know how to use that. Uh, there are something which is behind the bar. You don't understand about that, but the functionality of that product. At that point of time, when buyer came back to you about those details, you'll lack to provide this resolution. At that point of time, the buyer will be negative.
Yeah.
He'll get negative reviews from you, and then based on that, he'll never come back, and he'll do negative marketing about you and your product. That's how your business will start shrinking down.
Right. So.
Secondly, there are people. It's a see, e-commerce is based on a single language, English.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the basic knowledge of your English should be good, because that's the way you will be able to articulate your product into a good content and put it online.
Mm-hmm.
You should have basic understanding of computer or mobile apps or laptops, so that you can operate these tools to maximize your returns. Uh, on the basic level, these are the two, three things. And if you're not comfortable with all these things, you're missing one. You'll not be a good
Right.
a businessman. You can't do that online e-commerce. You
Right.
have to be good in all these things. I'm not saying you should be king of all, but at least you should have basic understanding of all these things.
So one has to have that effective communication skills,
Communication skills,
and
right?
like end to end, product knowledge is, I think,
Right.
very much
That's must.
important. That's definitely, that's the must, because that is something which will show your visibility and your
Right.
brand value, right? And last but not least, of course, the basic computer knowledge. So I
Right.
think nowadays, I think these three things, what I understand from you, is very, very important.
I'll
So
give you an example
yeah,
if you have time.
certainly.
There was a seller of mine who was working as an accountant with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and he was fifth pass, only fifth class, but he was having a little bit understanding of laptop, a little bit while working with that particular merchant. He understood English. He started learning that, and he got a good hands on English, good command over English, and he was very good with the product because he was working on the same product with that merchant.
Okay.
So once that merchant left that business due to his son was shifted to US, he closed down his business. Now he was jobless. He came to me that, okay, I want to start this business. Can you help me? I help him buy that laptop with my own money. I help him with the creating his account. And after 6 years, he's worth more than 50 CR.
Wow.
He's worth more
Amazing.
than 50 CR. He's only fifth
Amazing.
class. The
Amazing.
only thing is that he was very good with product. He understood that market. He understood what price point you can buy, what is the selling point, what is the margins, what are the products which are getting sold at a higher frequency. So he
Right.
understood that while working with that particular merchant. He didn't
Right.
spend a single penny to learn that thing, to grab that knowledge. He just earned that apart
Right.
along with the money. And after the closing down that merchant's business, he grabbed all that business, and now rest is history.
Amazing. Amazing. I think for an entrepreneur, it's very important to become a good observer. So,
Right.
you have to have that sense that what's going around, in
You
your
should have that learning
surrounding. And
appetite.
yes,
Otherwise,
yes,
you can't ignore knowledge, because
yes,
knowledge is everywhere. You
certain.
see the laptop, you see the orders, you see the frequency, you the ASP, the product, everything is there. You just need to look and observe that and put it in your back of the mind, so that you
Yes.
can use that data for your future references, future sales, for future purchases and everything.
Great. So what has been your greatest strength throughout your entrepreneurial journey?
I'm a risk taker. I always take risk. Uh, just as I told you about my story, I always move forward. When I was doing labor, I keep on studying hard. Then I did my 12th. Then I started working for some company. I was earning way more than uh, as compared to what I was earning while doing my MBA. After my MBA,
Yes.
after MBA, I got a 9,000 job monthly. But as an accountant, I was earning 35,000. So leaving that 35,000 job, working, get enrolled for 2 years MBA, losing that money, and then again starting your career with a salary of 9,000 was a most of the people don't do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you have to do it because you need to learn there what's out there. Based on your experience, based on your qualification, you have to set your goals, and that's how you grow forward. And I
Yeah.
have that risk appetite because I've seen myself working as a pot cleaner also. So I've done that part also, but that's history now. Starting from that to sitting in a MNC office in Barakamba Road, managing a couple of people and having a portfolio more than hundreds of crores, multi-hundred crores, and living a lavish life. That was my payback of my nature of taking risk.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I was very happy with that. With 35,000, I could
Right.
be at a different level altogether. But I took risk. I got another bigger risk, and that's how I started. I came back to this entrepreneurship journey where I'm not earning anything. Maybe in near future I'll start earning, but
Of course.
that's how it is.
Definitely, I think risk taking is definitely, which is, I think, one of the key requirement and key element of anybody is looking towards starting your own venture. So what do you enjoy most about having your own company?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
So what have you enjoyed most about starting your own company? So your learnings and what do you enjoy?
Actually, in my previous company, I used to manage a lot of people uh, in terms of merchants. So when I went to the places, uh, I used to have a lot of long discussion, all night long discussion with these people about their product, about their, what are the issues they are facing, what are the potential of market, where do you go to grab new orders and everything. So these communication, these conversation gave me a lot of data, a lot of insights, and when I came to start my own company, that was the experience which I had, and with that experience, uh, in my previous company also I used to manage
So Kushram, what have you enjoyed most about starting your own company?
see previously I used to manage one particular department, but when you start your company you have to look after multiple departments. You are taking care of legal, you are taking care of building your own product, you're taking care of your merchant onboarding, then you're tying up with different SaaS companies like payment gateway, logistic, accounting, and CRM softwares. So I'm not a techie. I didn't do these things previously, but when I build my own marketplace myself, it's a very proud feeling, and that makes me courage. That makes me most happy person. That encourage me to do more other things. Uh, and that's how I'm doing that. When I build my product, I was out of I was out of my mind. Sorry, I was too happy. And then I started exploring other options like payment gateway. I get in touch with a lot of people. I get to learn a lot of new things, and that I finalized the things. I negotiated those things, and once it was done, it was a proud feeling once again because I never did these things in my life. It was like the cake served in a plate to me in my previous company. It was already done, but while doing that, things from the scratch was giving me the feeling of that founder who build those marketplaces who are billions of dollar, who are having billions of dollar valuation. Where they started, I'm doing these things from the scratch, and I'm now feeling as equivalent to these great founders. So that's the feeling which I enjoyed the most, enjoyed a lot.
Yes, it is said that, where there is a will, there is a way. So you had that idea, you
Right.
had that seed in you, which you wanted to build into a big company. So you had that vision. And once you have that vision, all the paths, around you just opens up, all the doors around you just opens up, right? So what has been your greatest accomplishment, both personally and professionally?
So I shared my story with you.
Yeah.
Starting from a 30 rupees labor to reaching to this level, it's something a very this is the achievement for me.
Yes.
I was the first person in my whole village who did MBA and worked as big MNC like eBay. So nobody is doing that kind of job. They are into either police force or any government job in teaching and other stuff, or they are doing agriculture. They're working as a farmers or doing other stuff or trading stuff. But nobody thought of doing at that level. That was the uh, feeling which I that's what my achievement is. I haven't done so much till now, but for me that's an achievement. On my personal front also, uh, I have supported my family throughout last 15, 16 years, and there are certain, your father had certain bills that okay, I want to do this. Uh, he was struggling with his business. I left my job. I worked with him. I helped him set up his business. Now he is good. He is doing good right now. So helping your father is also a great feeling that okay, you set up something which your father should have done for you, but you helped him to set up his so that your younger brothers can survive financially, and maybe that business can help them grow in their future. So I did love marriage, which was not in our culture. We don't do that. I was the first person in my village who did this, and it was a very struggling because it was an intercaste marriage, interstate marriage, and you have two different culture, two different kind of personalities which are getting married together, and we had a lot of struggle for 5 years, family disputes, and moreover to that also, which I can't even disclose. But after that, you convince everybody, you get married, and now I'm a happy father of.
Amazing,
So
amazing.
I'm very happy. So these are the personal achievements also that I admire my wife for that a lot.
Yes, amazing. I think you have a very calm and a composed personality. I think you yourself as are your comparative, right? So you compare yourself to yourself, and then every day you are just achieving, you're just breaking your own records. I think from
Right,
your
right,
personal to your professional front, you're just breaking your own records each and every day with your each and every
right,
step, right? So I think this is something which is very good, and I think this is something it's a very good learning to our young students and professionals, right? So it's stop comparing yourself to
I
others.
hope this. I hope the love marriage thing, the struggle and everything will not give negative impact on their life.
Of course not, of course not. I think if your decision and if your willpower is something which is very strong, right, at the end of the day, what I always believe is you should not have that feeling of regret. Whatever you do, wherever you are, you should never, at least a person should not never die with having that regret in his or her life, that I should have done this, maybe my life would have been something else. So one should not die with that feeling of regret.
Right,
So I think one should be that content, and as you said, just be happy and fulfilled of what he or she has in his or her life. So what do you think the future of
right.
cross border e-commerce and exports looks like?
Uh, I'm not sure student follow government policies or not, but 20 days back, government of India has published their foreign trade policy, which clearly shows that they are focusing on cross border trade, and which can be only possible e-commerce only. So all the exports which are doing, I'll give you an example. Uh, 70% of China's export is through online channels.
Yes.
US is doing majorly 80 to 90% of their exports or through export or e-commerce through online channels only. So we missed the dot-com boom. Being a third world country, we missed that. But uh, it's our time. We have started of getting the opportunities like okay, China was capturing the market. Now this government, Modi government has give a manufacturer a boost with Make in India, Made in India policy. Now they are focusing on export from India policy also, to
Yes.
which all these 6.5 crores manufacturer, trader, and exporters will get a uh, platform where they'll put their products. They'll promote their products to international market through different association with other countries. There are free trade agreements with some of the countries. Government of India is working on that. So with that, it will give it a boost. And the next 10 years, 20 years will be India.
Yeah.
India will be doing the major exports from India. We will be the number one in terms of people who are doing exports in next 5 to 10 years. The gap which was there due to unavailability of marketplaces, we are also bridging that gap. But I hope some of the other players will get into this domain and will help Indian merchants, because for one company it's not possible to cover 6 crore plus people to onboard on their platform. There had to be more than 20 companies. And once somebody reach at one level, other will follow, and that will give a multiple boost to the economy. So we will be
So, what do you think the future of cross-border e-commerce and exports looks like?
uh, I think the future of cross-border is very bright, because India was missing this particular domain from last 30 years, from starting of dot-com boom. All the major marketplaces across the globe who are doing cross-border are 30 plus years old. They are from the starting of dot-com boom. But in India, we don't have a single marketplace of that kind. That's why Government of India, is trying to work with all the major players like Amazon, Flipkart, Walmart, to promote Indian products across globe. Government of India is, helping get in touch with couple of countries for free trade agreement, through which all the Indian products are accessible with by these merchants. So in terms of platform, there are certain platforms, but we don't have a single platform homegrown which can help grow this domain. So we are trying to build that kind of domain. And once we get a little bit succeeded, there will be follow up. Couple of other marketplaces will get into this market and will help India grow with a tremendous speed. So there is no doubt that cross border will be the main economy driver in next 10 years.
Amazing. I think so. So this is the right time for, I
This is
think.
the right time.
Yes, certainly. So what's that one piece of advice you would want to share with the budding professionals who wants to choose e-commerce as their career domain?
Uh, Go work with somebody first. Learn, earn a little bit, but learn a lot. Once you learn, once you earn, and you find yourself that okay, you have great knowledge about the industry, product, and domain, and the buyers and everything, then only get into this market. Because taking all those risks on yourself will lose you money. Maybe that may lose you money. That will you will lose time, and you will learn by losing your money and time,
Yes.
rather than work with somebody, earn some money, learn from these people, and then get into this market, so that you will save your time and money both.
Yes, yes. So just have like as much of experience as you can in your learning phase of your
Right.
career.
Before
Right.
starting, grab the experience wherever you get it from, whether it is cheaper or expensive. That doesn't matter. You're getting
Exactly.
50,000 salary or 5,000, doesn't matter.
Right.
If you're getting 5,000 salary, but you're getting lot many things to learn from, grab that 5,000 rather than 50,000.
Yes. Yes. I
I
think
must say that.
amazing, amazingly said. So with this, we're just moving towards the end of our discussion, towards our talk. So my last question for you is, what's that three advice you want to give to that young talent who are looking towards starting their own venture?
First of all, grab the knowledge about the industry, product, category, buyers. Do the throughout research before starting any business. Two, you should have at least 2.5, 3 years of personal expenditure in your bank account. If you don't have that, please don't do that. I did that mistake. I know I have struggled a lot. Thankfully, my wife is working. She is helping with financially. So she saved me a lot from the personal expenditure front. but I would have saved that much money so that I would not be dependent on her. Uh, and the and third one is like if you want to go to start a business in any domain, either in e-commerce or this, you need to understand the market, the competition first, because there are thousands of merchants dealing into one single product categories. What uniqueness you are providing to that particular buyer is something you need to identify.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will be the same thing, just like others. You will be the same fish in the pond.
Right.
That won't give you any value addition. There are people who get into the market and build a business empire of multi CR because they provide the uniqueness in that particular domain what buyers are actually looking for.
Yes. Yes.
If you don't have that uniqueness, you'll be only taking some pie of that particular apple. Otherwise, somebody is doing 100K, you get into this business, you took $10 from that business, he's getting 90. That you are only cannibalizing the business.
Right.
If you can provide something unique to the buyer, you can change their experience. Maybe you can create a new industry, new ecosystem for these buyers which they were missing right now. So
Right.
identify that and then only get into this business.
Amazingly said. I think many a time we think from our perspective, but you mentioned that it is important to think from the buyer's perspective. So what he is missing out right now and how to build that bridge, right? So what uniqueness, as you mentioned, that has to be there in your service, that is important. And
I
of
want to give
course,
you I
yes.
want to give one example also. It's
Yeah.
like let's suppose your father has a business of clothing.
Yeah.
You want to sell what products you are having right now, but maybe buyers are not looking for that particular product.
Yeah.
So you need to reverse engineer that.
Yes.
You have to sell what buyers are looking for. If somebody is selling Himalaya and somebody is looking for Jhandu only, so you have to source Jhandu because the demand of Jhandu products are way more than Himalaya.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not giving the example that you need to source, you need to understand the requirements from the buyer, and based on that, you should source your supply. Otherwise, you will start selling, you would be selling something which nobody is looking for. And then you will say, okay, my business got failed. I had a good product which nobody was looking to buy.
Yes, yes, yes. It's important to have your right market fit, and
Right.
it's really important so that you excel. You don't see that. Otherwise, people say that I'm just trying my level best, but I don't know why this product is not working, why it is not. But then it's important that with every failure, it's not your failure. It's basically your learning. So you should
Right.
learn from your failure because that is something which is going to become your pillars for success, right?
Because 95% of failed merchants who are not able to generate a good fortune from their business is because of this only. They are selling what they are able to source. They
Yeah.
are not sourcing what buyers are looking for,
Yes.
and that's where the problem arises.
Yes.
They have multi-thousand products, but only a handful of products are getting sold on a regular basis. And
Yes.
based on that, they identified, okay, we chose the right kind of product. We need to choose this kind of product so that we could fulfill the demand, we could bridge the gap. So, yes,
Yes, thank you so much. So with this, so we are wrapping up with our sweet and small interaction. It was just a lovely interaction with you, and thank you so much for taking out your precious time. And I hope our people, our young talent, professionals, and students would have definitely gained a lot of insights from you. And so as you mentioned, the future of e-commerce, cross-border trading, and everything, it's so it is our time, right? So
right.
as is there like apna time aa gaya, right? So
Apna
this is
time abhi
our
aaya.
time. Apna time abhi aaya. So with this, thank you so much once again, and all the very best for your new venture. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankita. It was great talking to you, and I hope uh, people would learn from this.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to get in touch with me, I'm always there on LinkedIn and other social media platforms.
Yeah.
I
Thank you
can
so
give
much.
personal sessions to everybody who wants to learn more on this.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye. Have a good day.
You too.